Hello and welcome to the weekly Roundup show. So, what's been happening this week? Well, quite a lot in the terms of part works, and that's why you're probably here, because we've just had an explosion of sign-ups to new part works that are coming from Fanhome. Fanhome have also bought, obviously, the Eagle Moss stuff as well. We thought maybe that would have been it. But how wrong were we? Oh my god, they have just absolutely gone completely crazy with the amount of part works coming out at the minute is insane. So shall we just drive straight in? Okay, so this is the first one that was announced a few weeks ago. So let's have a talk about this. And that was the Infinity Gauntlet from the Infinity Wars and Endgame. The one that Thanos clicked with. Obviously, that was teased a long time ago over in France. And it's been out over there as well. I think they're on issue 16 or 17 at the moment. Was really surprised that this had come out. Or you can put your name down to notify when it's due to come out. It'll probably be sometime June, July time, I would expect, because of what's happening with with Eagle Moss that Fanhome have got. Some of them have really been pushed back. So these here are a bit of a teaser on what's coming out for the rest of the year. But I was very surprised to actually see it coming. Will I be building it on my channel? No. It doesn't really excite me enough to buy it. Obviously, I am, as you can see, a huge Marvel fan. But it's just a no for me. You're building the glove, effectively, that's what it is. There are some really good examples, 1/1 scale versions. Hot Toys and Sideshow do some. There's also a quite good one as well, I reckon, for about £50, £50, £60. I've seen it go for, and that is the Hasbro version as well. It's preference. For me, I just can't see me building this. This is a 100 issue build. You know, I've seen what you get in the first couple of issues, and they're quite good. But I've also seen, after you get the good issues, what you get. And up to issue 14, you've got the back of the hand, the palm, and I think it's the 2 sections of the little finger. That's it, up to issue 14. So you can kind of tell what's going on here. Obviously, it's going to be die-cast the outer sections, and then the inner sections will be plastic. I don't know how much movement you're going to get from this. It's more of a scenic piece more than you can wear it. I think you still can. It's going to be very heavy too, but it's more of a scenic piece. If you're into that sort of stuff, it's a must. But for me, it's not got enough of the sort of a wow factor to warrant me putting money down on this. So that's that one. Just when you thought Fanhome had calmed down in terms of part works, they go out and do this. Check this one out. Okay, so that's the Fast and Furious car collection. Now, I know a lot of people on my channel were asking about this. This has been out in France. I think they're on issue 40, I do believe, with these. I'm not too sure how many issues this is going to be. Normally with these sort of things like the figurines and stuff, it's normally around 70 issues, and then they always extend it. But I'm not too sure on this one, so I haven't looked into it too much. But I know a lot of people have been asking. I know at least 2 people that watch the channel have been asking about this. Go and have a look. It's okay if you collect those sort of car things. Once I mean, it's not enough to get me on. My wife and I are big Fast and Furious fans, and there are some cars that we would like, but other ones that don't. Jazz or Jez, I think they're called, already produce a scale of cars in this scale, and also bigger as well, and cheaper as well. So it's worth checking them out. I think you can buy them in Smith's and even places like Tesco's and Asda here in the UK. Over in the States, I think you can pick them up in places like Target and stuff like that. But in terms of like miniature car collections, they're all in a display case as well. It's just a no for me. It's just they could stack up really well, but once again, it's just not a wow factor enough for me to sort of go, yeah, that is it. I'm collecting that. It's just there's nothing there for me to do that. But if you want to go and collect it, I'm sure there'll be a YouTube channel set up for someone to collect it. But it is what it is. Okay, and last but not least, I mean, we had the Infinity Gauntlet. That was a couple of weeks ago. We had the Fast and Furious car collection. On the same day, they teased this. I was shocked as well. This is the movie, or the Bayformer, as people in the know, Optimus Prime. It's from the first movie. And as you know, if you're a big Transformer fan, you'll know that over each film, Optimus Prime slightly changes, including his robot mode. But this is the first robot mode from the very first movie. Now, I've already got a big statue of him, which is, I think it's hiding behind my Root Master there. And we'll take a little look at that in just a second. That one's from the last night. But there are already one out from Agora, which is doing the G1 version, or a variation of G1. I'm a big Transformer fan, but the G1 didn't spark to me enough to do it as a part work. When this was tested about a year ago in France, I said if this ever gets greenlit, I'm definitely building this. Now, I always thought it'd come out in France and I would have got the issues, but FanHome have beaten me to the punch and they're going to be releasing this as well. It's a big yes from me. I will be building this on the channel. So I hope you can join me as I build it and see the progress that I make with it and stuff like that. It's definitely a yes from me. I think over the G1, which is more blocky, cartoony style, which is fine. But I think over part works and more integral parts, I think the movie Optimus is much better than the cartoon one to do. That's just mine. There's also as well, I want to point out as well that there's also quite a lot of companies already out there producing these statue models as well. I know the first question will be, does it transform? It comes out every time that they do a statue or a standing piece like this, and no. And there's a little bit of a discussion about that, and I'll tell you right now, and that is that Hasbro are the only ones that are allowed to sell Transformers, as in you can transform them. Now, there's other companies that do that, do third-party ones, but they're not official. But an official Transformer that transforms from a plane or a car to a robot, Hasbro are the only company that are allowed to produce that. Other companies can produce Transformers as long as they don't transform. And that's why we've got this officially licensed product, but it doesn't transform. And I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, you either keep it in its robot form or its vehicle form. Most people keep it in their vehicle form, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Even if it transformed, that's what I'd be keeping to do. But there's also a lot of statues out in a similar scale to this already through a company called Free Zero. Go and check them out. They do some really cool stuff. And I've already picked up some like that. I've got Bumblebee and Last Stand Optimus Prime. Last night, I should say. Optimus Prime. And yeah, so we take a little look at them. Okay, so as you can see, this is my Transformer collection just here. Optimus Smash. Got to have him. So there's Optimus Prime. You can sort of see how big he is. This one's going to be slightly bigger than him, but this detailed model is really, really good. It lights up as well. And we've got Bumblebees just at the side here. Once again, he lights up as well. But the one from Agora, sorry, is the G1. And that is slightly, that is quite big as well. So the the one from Fan Home is going to be about, I think it's about 62 centimetres, 61, which is slightly bigger than the one I've got here. But obviously once he's built, he will sit behind our DeLorean, which is just here. And I think it will be really, really nice. I can't wait to start building it. Okay, so has that all calmed down now? Can Fan Home please calm down? I am sort of a little bit, hang on a sec. I am a little bit sort of apprehensive really about what more's to come out. There's nothing actually at the moment coming out that I want that I haven't already mentioned. We are building obviously the Alien. You've seen the absolute mare I've been having with that, and it doesn't stop. I have built the majority of it and the videos are coming. I've just got to find time to edit them and get them on the channel. I should have the end of them by April or mid-April. It should be finished on my channel. I would have already built it by then. But in terms of videos, that will be on there for you to have a look there. Robocop was obviously starting up again. I have got the issues here, but once again, that will be in March at some point. And that's coming along really nicely. Like I said, already done the build parts for that. We're just building up the legs again on that. And the torso and stuff like that. And like I said, I've already got a load of issues. I've already filmed them. It's just finding time to edit them. These sort of videos that I'm doing right now, much more easier to edit than a part work. And that is why when I come to do new part works, like the Enterprise D, when that starts back up again, the Optimus Prime, I'm going to be filming them slightly differently than what I do now. At the moment, I do parts, a step-by-step guide of such. But what I will be doing is I'm going to be making my videos a lot smaller, a lot more shorter, and to the point. I think there's a lot of great YouTubers out there that do the step-by-step guides. Mark Mods, World of Wayne, Jay's video, Jay's channel there, and Dave Say, Horlicks as well. There's loads out there already do the step-by-step. But what I want to do is show you the parts and then show you the end result. Because I found with the algorithm on YouTube is that 90% of people are skipping those parts of me building it. And to be fair, who wants to see me thundering around and showing parts on top of the other? So, but I am going to still do the step-by-step video for the Batman. It's only for new builds going forward. It's a new way of doing it. I might change back, I might not, but it all depends on how it all goes. But going by the algorithm and analysts and stuff like that that are on YouTube, it shows me that a 5-minute video, people are only watching it for about 2, meaning they are skipping quite a lot. So if I can skip out the parts that they're skipping, which is, I can see that, which is me saying this part is it. So most people, what they want to see is the parts that you get and what its finished is. And that is what I want to do with the channel going forward as well. I've also got the train set here as well, the 1TT train set. I've got some buildings, I've got loads of stuff. It's all a bit secret. But it's once again getting round to it. I am due off at the end or the middle of March for 2 weeks, and I'm hoping to blast through it and then blast through a lot on the channel. I'm hoping there'll be a lot of content because there haven't been as much content over the last couple of weeks. But I am hoping that that will pick up as we go on. As well, the Doll's House is coming along really nicely. We are having a bit of trouble picking up some of the issues. And they're either arriving late or not arriving until the following week. Once again, it's fine. Part works are not a marathon. They're not a sprint, sorry. They are a marathon. It's not who's first to the finish. We're all going to build it. We're all going to get there eventually. So, but they will be coming on the channel as soon as we get the issues. But last week's issue hasn't arrived still. And it is at the end of the weekend. We still haven't got it, but it doesn't matter because when we do get it, we'll do the video. Yeah, that's how it works. It's how it works. The Dodge Charger's coming along. Yeah, once again, we're a slow process on the Charger. Once again, it's a good build. It's a car build. We've done them all before. If you've done a part, I've never come across someone who hasn't done a car build part work before. There's a few people actually on the Iron Man build that have only done the Iron Man. But apart from that, I think majority of the community has built a vehicle of some sort. So you know the sort of drudgery with doing a part work car build. And yeah, so we are just chugging along. I think we're on issue 79 at the moment. I know some people have already completed it and some people are very near to completing it. But that's turning up fine at the newsagents. That's coming along fine. It's just a bit droning at the moment, like it always is with these car builds. Just sort of trundles all along, and I can't wait until we start sort of putting bits together and starting getting it looking good. But anyway, we are still doing that. Apart from also as well, we're still on the notify me on some of the Eagle Moss builds through Fan Home. So I believe the Ecto 1 and the Enterprise D are still on notify me, so we can't say yet when that's going to go down as a pre-order. That's when we can tell Fan Home what issue we need to start from. I'm expecting the end between, it can drop any time between now and I would say June, which is okay. It gives me a lot of time in between to sort other bits out and stuff like that. The DeLorean and the Eleanor, I believe, start shipping in April time. They start shipping out. So that's good. So if you've already signed up, you told them which area you're going to go, and you'll start getting your parts. It's good that they've sort of going, parts should start shipping out. It's not an affirmative. It's not a concrete date, but it's sort of, we hope to get it out at that date. So just wait patiently is all I can say for that. Now we've done Fan Home. Hachette as well, we'll come on to Hachette now. So we're still waiting for a couple of builds this year to come out, or part works I should say. So I have mentioned it before and I'm going to mention it again. I know there are some people out there that like it, but the D&D part work is coming out. So, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, there's a new film coming out in March. It sort of sits perfectly if they can release it then. But yeah, there's a new D&D part work coming out, which will, I think, includes books and figurines and how you can build it, and then the stories behind it, and then you get your figurines as well. It's a bit like the Warhammer one that's just come out, and like I've done before, but this one is based on D&D. So if that's your thing, that is due to come out very, very soon. I would imagine in March at some point to coincide with the film. Seems like a perfect sort of strategy there. Also, the Alien build. Now, the Alien build is definitely coming out this year. But when, I don't know. The original date was February. That's come and gone, obviously. So normally their window is September to April. So if it hasn't come out, it's still got a couple of months before it comes out. I'm very much assured that it's definitely coming this year. So that's and then we've also got the Lancaster as well, the Lancaster bomber, which was teased at the end of last year. That has been given the green light, and it said it's due to appear this year. So I would imagine at some point towards the end of the year. They like releasing stuff just before Christmas or just after, like they have done with the Tumblr build. So I would expect it around that sort of time. Probably just after Christmas, I would imagine. It's like when they like to start doing it. So the 28th of December is normally a firm date on when they start bringing out a part work of some kind. Issue 4 of the Hachette Batman figurine statue is out in the newsagents now. I believe that's now stopped because it was just a trial. If it's done very well, it should come out. It's already out in France. They're already building it. I think they're on issue 6 at the moment. So if it does fairly well, I can see that coming out probably towards the end of the year or into early next year. For me, I'm not too sure if I'm going to build it yet. It looks okay, but once again, it depends on where I am with everything else next year, if I build it or not. I'm looking around, there's quite a bit of space. Remember, I'm going to have the Terminator and the Alien, and this is the same sort of size, the Batman. It would look good with the tumbler, but it's where to place it. That'll be the thing. But like I said, we'll come to that, and if it does come out, if it does or does not, we don't know yet. But if it does come out, we'll come to that hurdle when it happens. But at the moment, there's not that much interest from me. It's okay. It looks good. I do like the 1:2 scale figures, like the Terminator and the Alien, and I think that's the way to go for Partworks over things like the Robocop and Iron Man. I think they probably would have been a lot better if they were a much bigger scale than what they were. That's just me. But anyway, that's that. Now we come on to Agora. And Agora finished up some models. They've said that they're getting the Alien build. That is for certain. I've also heard as well that they're not getting the Tumbler. They were unable to acquire that. Now, I don't know why they were unable to. I would imagine it's down to Warner Brothers and the licensing for Batman, because I know that Eagle Moss had an absolute nightmare trying to release the 66 Batman. And considering that is now all tooled and ready, and no one's mentioned it. But anyway, they've said that they've been unable to acquire the Batman Tumbler. So if you're in the US and you're waiting for Agora to pick it up, chances are you'll maybe waiting a while. If not, quite some time. If it might not ever come up. So my suggestion to you would be to get yourself over to Partwork Distributions, which is the new company set up by Partwork Upgrades, as a forwarding company, and you should be able to get your subscription normally. If it comes out in the newsagents, when you can sign up, and they will ship it to you. So go and check them out. Also as well, there's been no... April is when the first box of the G1 Transformer starts hitting your porches and letterboxes. There was a lot of talk around it like January, February time. Nothing, but it's definitely coming out in April now. That has been confirmed. So they should start dropping in April at some point for that. Also as well, there's been no mention of the 007 series. So they acquired the 007 license and said that they were producing, or going to produce, over a couple of years, I think it's about 3 or 4 years, a number of vehicles from the 007 franchise. That was near Christmas, and we haven't heard anything since. So they have said that there's going to be 2 this year. I don't know which 2, but they did say that they're going to be bringing 2 out this year, 2023. I think they showcased 8. Whether or not all those 8 come out over the continuing years, we don't know. But they did say that the 8 were coming out. Also as well, Agora put out a newsletter this week with a little tease on one of their new builds that they've got coming out this year. And let us know in the comments what you think. But here's the video. Okay, so I'm not going to say what that video was, so you watch it. But let us know what you think that was in that video, and we'll go from there and see what happens with that. I've got a few ideas on what it could be. Could be anything at this point, but we'll have a look. But anyway, that's for me. I'm all done. Thank you so much for watching. As always, keep it the Nexus. And as always, we'll see you at the next video. Take it easy.